Have you ever found yourself wanting to help others, to contribute to a cause you believe in, but felt held back because your own financial situation was tight? It is a common feeling, a desire to give even when you feel you have little to spare. The direct answer is yes. The obligation to give tzedakah exists for every Jewish person, regardless of their financial status, even if they are poor. It is a fundamental Jewish commandment that applies universally. Now you might be wondering why, especially when resources are scarce. The core reason lies in understanding that tzedakah, which translates closer to justice or righteousness rather than simple charity, is not solely about the amount of money. It is about actively participating in the mitzvah, the commandment, and connecting to a deeper spiritual principle. The Torah teaches that giving is relative to one's means. If someone has very little, even a small, symbolic contribution fulfills the obligation. The act of giving, and the intention behind it, carries immense spiritual weight, affirming our belief that all we possess ultimately comes from a higher source and is to be used justly. This concept is often linked to the principle of Maser Kesafim, or tithing 10%, which also scales to one's income. So practically, what does this mean for you? If you are facing financial challenges, there are still meaningful ways to fulfill this important mitzvah. First, you can set aside a very small, consistent amount, even just a few coins, each week or month. This consistent practice, regardless of the sum, is powerful. Second, remember that tzedakah is not exclusively monetary. Giving of your time, offering a kind word, visiting the sick, or comforting the bereaved are all profound forms of tzedakah. Third, prioritize your giving. If you are struggling, Jewish law emphasizes giving to those who are even more in need than you, ensuring that those in the most dire circumstances receive support. The focus is on the heart of the giver, not the size of the gift. An interesting insight to consider is the idea of indirect tzedakah. For instance, ensuring you celebrate Shabbat with dignity, known as Oneg Shabbat, or performing acts of hospitality, haknasat or kim, are also considered forms of giving, as they contribute to the well-being of others and community. These are often easier to fulfill when money is tight. The spiritual benefit of giving, even when it is a sacrifice, is immense. It fosters a sense of gratitude, compassion, and connection, enriching the giver's life as much as it benefits the recipient. Ultimately, the obligation to give tzedakah when poor is not a burden but an opportunity. It is a chance to participate in one of Judaism's most foundational values, reminding us that we are all interconnected and responsible for one another. It teaches us that the act of giving itself is transformative, cultivating humility, empathy, and a deep appreciation for the blessings we do have, no matter how limited they may seem. It strengthens our character and our connection to a greater purpose.
If this speaks to you, like, subscribe, and keep learning with us.